Ray Boland has served his country as a battlefield commander in Vietnam, as commandant at Fort McCoy, and as secretary of the Department of Veterans Affairs under Governor Tommy Thompson. And once again, Ray is answering the call to duty, and he's running to be our next congressman. Please stand up and welcome Colonel Ray Boland.
Thank you very much, Bill, for your warm and generous introduction. When Bill talked to me about being here this evening, he said I would have a few moments to make remarks, but he asked me to be brief, and so I will. I did note that President Lincoln himself delivered the entire Gettysburg Address in exactly 2 minutes. So I shall try to do something useful in 3 minutes. Donna and I are so delighted to be here with you, to be in a room with these many outstanding leaders in government, in the community, in our party. It is truly inspiring to be with you and to know that we are in a room where everyone shares a common commitment to the future of our state and to our country. It's just wonderful to be here. Earlier this evening, I had the privilege of leading us in our Pledge of Allegiance. And while doing that, I could not help think about a good friend. I want to tell you just a little bit about him. He's a retired Air Force colonel who spent 6 years as a prisoner of war in the Hanoi Hilton. His name is Don Heiliger. Governor Thompson knows him. Others of you here may know Don. He's a great American. And when you hear Don tell his story of the Pledge of Allegiance, it gives you a whole new sense of meaning for the importance of this flag and what the symbol of this flag has meant, not just to us, but to people around the world. Don tells about how every day he and his fellow prisoners silently and secretly recited the Pledge of Allegiance. How one of the prisoners took small strands of thread and weaved a crude little American flag that he posted in his cell that was their symbol to say the pledge every day. One day the guards discovered the flag. This prisoner was taken out and beaten badly. But when he was returned to his cell, he began once again to assemble small threads and weave another flag. It is this kind of courage and resolve, Don will tell you, enabled them to withstand the horrible experience of prison, but at the same time, when you talk to Don, you realize how intensely patriotic he is and how important all of these things are still to him. When I think about the courage and patriotism of Don and his comrades, I also have to remember the millions of men and women who have served in our armed forces for decades, and the many thousands of them who have fought and died for the principles that we hold, for the cause of freedom, and to preserve our way of life. When I think about this legacy, this selfless legacy of sacrifice and service, I believe the voices of those people cry out to us tonight, hoping that we will stop the things that are going on in Washington, hoping that we will stop this destructive path that some misguided leaders have put us on, and hope that we will stop a self-inflicted defeat that no enemy has ever been able to give us on the battlefield. And that is why I think it is time for all of us to answer a new call to duty. And we need not be in uniform to serve our country now. We can all bear the arms of principle, conviction, and courage that are needed to achieve a new victory, for America on every election that's taking place in this critical year. As we march forward to do this, I would ask us to remain mindful of the very words President Lincoln used in concluding that Gettysburg Address. He said this, that we here highly resolve that those dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. God bless you all. God bless America.